Remember a few months ago when I showed y'all this journal? I had just started this journal, and I wanted to show you from beginning into the end of this journal by working on the books. So I'm going to take you through the process. I'm going to color a few more, and then I'll show you what I was doing before I start coloring these books with the watercolors. Stay tuned. These are the watercolors that I will be using in my journal. These watercolors are called Arteza. Arteza watercolors. I will use those watercolors in my art journal. This is my art journal. It is the mixed media. I will also use a number 2 pencil and the white gel pen. This is the graphic illustration pen. It's a black pen that I'll be using. This is a stamp of books that I will be using in my art journal. These are the clear stamp for my art journal. They have words on them. And this is a stamp with a tree. I will put that in my journal. I will use these scissors to cut out the trees. I will use the Watercolor pigment ink. It is a black ink that I will use for the tree stamp and the book stamp. These are letter blocks. They're also good for using the black Watercolor ink. I will use actually the red ink. It's called acid-free ink pad. So I will use the ABC blocks with the red ink. These are the distress ink with the white tip on the end. I will use that for my background. This is the adhesive tape, and I will use that, or I will use the glue, the fine line glue, to glue my window, because I did cut out a window. I will not demonstrate how I cut it out. You can also go in my last video that I did, and I will put the link in the description box where you can go in there and see how I've created my window. These are the larger scissors that I use to also cut out my window and the trees. I use the baby wipes to clean off my stamps, so that way the stamps and the ink will not contaminate it. Right here I have the adhesive dots I will put on my window to give it a 3D dimension. I used the notebook paper. What I did, I traced a line on the notebook paper to design my window. I will be using the brown cardstock paper and the white cardstock paper. Come along and follow me and see how I create a beautiful picture in my art journal. Come along and create art with Sharon Johnson. Sharon Johnson Art. Okay, I am going to finish using my black marker to trace the book. This is the last book I am going to trace. Now, I am going to use my water brush to give it a little depth. Well, in other words, I'm adding a little water to it because it is a watercolor markers. The water brush that I will be using is called Chocolate. Now, I'm going to use my black ink. I hope you like the color of the books. Like I said, the books are different shapes and different sizes. They're different colors because every book is not the same color. Let's try to do the window. I will put my window up here to the top. Okay, I'm going to lay my window right here. I'm going to place my trees. Distress ink to color the background on my white cardstock paper. Okay? Okay, now I'm going to work on my window. I am going to trace the outside of the window because the white cardstock paper will be the scenery in the background of the window. I know my hand is in the way, but I have to do this. I'm trying to trace it to make sure it's all even and it fits inside my window. Okay? Okay. See how well that fits on the window? Okay, here we go. It fits really well. It should fit. If it doesn't, I can always cut off a little bit more. Fits a little bit better. So now I'm going to get my Distress ink and I'm going to color the background. I'm going to use 4 of these sponge. It's kind of a spongy-like foam. I'm going to use 1 for each color. Let me put it over here on the side. I'm going to use 1 for each color. So you do not contaminate your sponge for your Distress ink. These Distress ink are made by Ranger, but Tim Holtz name is also on the Distress ink. If you had never watched his video, go and watch Tim Holtz video, and he talks a lot about the Distress ink and Distress oxide ink. So go look at his videos. He demonstrates a lot of his work and how the ink work on cardstock paper, watercolor paper. He had really great videos. It's like a study video. If you don't know how to use Distress ink, he teaches you how to use Distress ink and oxide. Okay, let's get started.